And welcome back here on one of the most exciting shows in the history of morning television.
That's right.
When you guests stay in and snuggle up, I'll cover for you. Don't worry.
That's right.
I got it under control.
How was
Many
your
times you heard me
Valentine's
say
Day?
that, huh?
How was your Valentine's Day?
When was it?
Okay. Just checking.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember what I did now. Oh, yeah, Valentine's Day was pretty good. I wish it had extended another several days on there.
Tried.
So, anyway, hey, a lot of things going on. Don't forget Chili Challenge coming up next Saturday. And then we'll be down at Papa Rocco's for St. Patty's Day a month from now. Getting y'all video of that.
It'll be warm.
Had a guy come up to me at church Sunday and said, man, those oysters down at Papa Rocco's baked like that are awesome.
Your phone's going off like crazy.
Yeah, I know. My phone is burning up this morning. Antenna, yeah, we're still over there, channel 11. As soon as I get some money, I can throw out some more channels. So we'll figure out see how that's going to go, too. And, you know, see what the weather's going to What is it still supposed to be cold? How much colder is it going to be? 9? What's temperature for tomorrow? 6?
Probably about 6.
Then again, I get to come up here Thursday and do the same thing I'm doing today. Talk to myself.
You might be here by yourself Thursday.
All right, Dan, Totten, and Lucas are usually with us. One of them are usually with us every Tuesday. So this week, I'm going to go back to last week's interview and run a little bit of that because they had some very good information about legislation now with Roy Moore, who Dan went to college with. Danny Vincent, I can be there in the morning if you need me. Way to go, Danny. At least one brave soul coming through. I'll see you in the morning.
Danny.
Danny, thank you. So, always somebody out there.
No one was up this early.
So if you want to get divorced, you need to call Dan, set a meeting up with him. He'll tell you about it. But Dan wants to talk about some of these new rules now, too, with gay marriages and stuff like that. Had an extended interview with Dan and Lucas last week. So if you've been arrested and you need to get out, you need to call Lucas, also down at the Dan Totten Law Firm on Jefferson Street. Let's go to some of that interview last week, and we'll be back in just a second, or just a few minutes. And welcome back here on the program on a Tuesday morning edition. Dan Totten, Lucas Beaty, law firm Dan C. Totten, Jefferson Street. First and foremost, we'll talk about gay marriage. Did you ever think that would happen in the state of Alabama?
I'll just be honest with you. I really never thought about it one way or the other.
Good answer, but wrong.
I'm a different generation, so it's you know, in our law school they, you know, look at what you were talking about earlier, the interracial marriage, and at one time that generation never thought that would happen, and where it's going. I remember having a law professor that said in our lifetime, and here I am just 4 years into my career and we've already seen it. So.
Now,
we were sort of inundated.
Let's just jump ahead to something we were talking about earlier. You're saying that the DUI laws will change here, and you had told us that before. And I guess it's okay to say this, the legalization of marijuana may be the next thing we see.
I don't think there's any question about it. The government's figured out how to make money off of it. It'll be legalized, and it won't be long.
And you think when you get stopped, they'll be able to issue blood tests now because of that?
Well, that's coming. It's already the law and has been the law in Tennessee for quite some time, and it's coming here because of marijuana and drugs. The Draeger alcohol machine doesn't test those, and they're going to have to use blood to discover.
Gotcha.
I guess Phil Price be coming out with a new book.
That's exactly right. Phil told me the other days that he was getting ready to turn it over to George. It just made me sick because I'm the same age he is. I ain't ready to turn it over to anybody.
Yeah, Phil, he handled my first divorce, and that taking his device might be better off today. But I didn't. Like most people, don't take it. We'll talk about divorce in just a second. Clarence Thomas on the U.S. Supreme Court. You brought up a good point yesterday, Dan, when I met with you guys. He said, basically, we're jumping ahead of this right here. Is that the way you understood it? What did you say?
Yeah, what he said is this, and he echoed what Judge Moore said. The decision that the federal judge entered about gay marriage in Alabama was a district court, a trial court decision, which is not normally binding on anybody but the parties to that particular suit. But they've fallen in the habit on this gay marriage issue of ignoring that fact, and even though the issue is pending right now in front of the Supreme Court, the actions taken by that judge and have really made the it's going to be anticlimactic when the Supreme Court rules because it's already here. It's a fact.
Can they I know the chances may be slim, but if they chose to overturn that, all these marriages that took place yesterday would be null and void?
Yes, you can put toothpaste back in the tube, but it's hard to do.
But you don't see that happening.
No, you don't either.
No.
No,
But
don't.
the other thing is, these people...
I asked Dan, I was like, you think, okay, now gay marriages, you always hear people say, well, next you'll be able to marry your dog or your sister or your cousin. And you say you're pretty
marry
sure
your
that's
cousin
pretty
now,
much
can't
it.
you?
I wouldn't know.
I think, is that against the law?
It's against the law in Alabama, yes.
I hope so.
First cousin, second cousin, or what?
I forget the degree, but
Really, if it's a cousin, stay away from her.
Frank wanted to know.
Stop.
I think it's different on Sand Mountain. Ask Pete.
Yeah, that's Pete about Sand Mountain. All right, let's talk
Second
about...
cousin's okay.
All right, divorce. No, there may be hundreds of people that get married in the state of Alabama. All these people ain't going to stay together. They're going to be just like the rest of us. Somebody said the other day, one of the comments, it said, let them get married and suffer like the rest of us.
exactly. People don't understand marriage is not about morality. Marriage is a legal institution, which gives rise to divorce, which is a legal institution. The same people that are disparaging Judge Moore, about his ruling are going to have to go in front of the Roy Moores of this world to get their divorce law interpreted.
All the same rules.
Absolutely.
So their divorce will not be any different than
Won't be any different.
anybody's divorce.
That's exactly right.
You just have
And Alabama's a common law state, which means that marriage, you can have a common law marriage in Alabama. You don't have to go through a ceremony.
Is there a certain time limit for that?
No.
If you're living together for X amount?
The requisite, the requirements for a common law marriage is cohabitation of any length of time, consummation, which is
Okay. Happening.
yes,
Doing it.
and a present intention to be married. It looks to me like you're going to have people that have been in a long-term relationship and considered themselves married and unable to go through a ceremony that are already married under the common law now after this decision has come out. And
You talking about gay people who've been living together
right.
are now going to be considered married.
Some lawyer is going, and their client is going to bring that up. And I think it's going to fly.
That's a point I haven't thought
Common
about.
law, it works for men and women,
Now-
so why not?
You guys handle any kind of divorce.
That's right.
Gay, straight, whatever.
Never handled one yet, but we will.
It'll come, I'm sure.
If people are thinking about separating, what steps do you recommend they go through first? Especially with the law firm of Dan C. Totten.
Well, if I was going to separate or get a divorce, I'd go see a lawyer. Now, I don't mean to determine whether or not you should. That's the job of you and your family, your marriage counselor, your preacher, whatever. But if you want to take the legal steps correctly to get a divorce or a legal separation, you need to see a lawyer.
And then you go from there.
That's right.
So they just make an appointment to come in to see you, and you advise them on what you or Lucas advise them on. Now, most people know your law firm as a criminal defense law firm, and Lucas does that extremely well, and you do too. So, but you've done divorces forever.
Absolutely.
Is that a headache just waiting to happen?
Well, it is. But if you're in Athens, Alabama, you're in a small town, you're going to have to do some of everything.
Yeah.
Lawsuits, probate, criminal cases, whatever. You got to do it all.
All right, so they just make an appointment, come and see you. Anything else you want to make reference to about the gay marriage deal? Or we pretty much covered that. Much everybody's sick of hearing it.
Well, I wish people would start looking at it for what it is. It's here. We don't have to wait. It's here.
Accept it.
And the
Well, I don't know if
ramifications
accepted
of
is
it.
the right word.
You know, people are going to quit coming on TV and laughing about it and holding hands and having fun. They're going to realize that it is a legal relationship and it has consequences.
Can businesses nowadays, I'm sure that you tell me, if somebody wants you to provide them a service, and if it goes against their Christian values, they can be sued.
That's right.
From like a florist photographer.
Anyone like that?
You know, you are now ordained to do marriages. I'm thinking about suing you if you refuse to do any.
Can you do that?
Well, we'll see, won't we?
You can sue someone for anything. How about that?
Yes, I am an ordained minister now. I am ordained, as Mr. Totten just said, to do weddings. So
He's doing a young lady's wedding to her.
So far, I've got one lined up, but it's a heterosexual deal coming up on the 1st. Now, that's a good point you brought up, though. If I refuse to do that, they couldn't sue me, though, could they?
Well, they can sue you. I don't know whether they can win.
Win, yeah. Lucas, got any comments to make about anything this morning?
Better not.
Yeah.
I think the important thing Dan's trying to say, if I'm hearing him right, is there's a process, and that's what Judge Moore is trying to say. He issued an order that, in our opinion, was very well reasoned under the law about the process of making, the determination whether or not this is constitutional. And it seems like there was some activist groups that sort of jumped the gun and was trying to throw some cold water on it, saying, "Hey, hold up," and for some reason it was taken the wrong way.
Y'all have any questions? Talk to either one of these guys down at Dan C. Totten Law Firm on Jefferson Street, Athens, Alabama. I got to share. And let's talk about the weather. Going to be about 34 today, 33 tomorrow. We're calling for 9. Some people may say 6. We just ran that Band of Brothers, the first song, then had Dusty, our minister, for buddy down at Lindsay Lane. Welcome him, everybody. Just got a text from him this morning. It says this: "Can't believe you're on the air today. It's 28 degrees. Proud of you. Way to go." That's what you want to hear. Called out by your preacher in the morning at 5 minutes till 7. I have been here all practically by myself, but I've made it. Got in here this morning. So what? All right, it's going to be cold. It'll be springtime in a couple of weeks. Y'all just bear with us a little bit.
I cannot wait.
Spring is close to getting here.
I don't believe it.
We will be here live in the morning. Y'all need me today, 230-1123, or hit me up on my iPad, countryrover@gmail.com. Or you can visit me down at Lindsay Lane Church on Sunday mornings. I'll be down that way. Dusty will be back with us one day later this week, too. We'll have more video coming up tomorrow. We'll start with Tim preaching, and he was first.
He was really fired up, too.
Oh, man, he was fired up. So we'll have Tim Anderson. I'll share some of that video with you this week. Hopefully get some of that tomorrow and later on this week. I ain't saying I'll be here Thursday. You never know. If it gets that chilly, I might stay in. But then again, I'm bored to death at 6 o'clock in the morning.
And drives everyone crazy.
Yeah, so I got to get up here. So I might just be up here by myself come Thursday morning. We'll keep y'all posted. Watch out for dry ice this morning. Go in. Schools are delayed 3 hours today. Lindsay Lane is canceled today, isn't it?
Right. Mom's
day out. Anyway, that's it for this Tuesday morning. Thank all of y'all for texting me this morning. Been
Really?
blowing my
More than
phone up. Yeah. Thank y'all for getting up with us. All right, we'll take a break for the day. See y'all bright and early tomorrow morning.
Roads
Bye.
are fine. Bye.